All right, everyone. Hello and welcome back to our Taiji Cao series, where we're working on developing the foundational movement patterns for our Tai Chi practice. Now, before we begin, as always, make sure that you've done some sort of warm-up and stretching routine just to get the body limbered up, blood flowing, so that you can not only have a better practice, but also reduce the risk of injury. Once you've done so, we're going to bring the feet together, start in our neutral posture. Relax, sink the weight, sink the breath. Allow the spine to extend, the hips to naturally tuck. Allow the breath to sink to the belly, the thoughts to sink and settle. Take a few moments to pause, to relax, and to breathe. Once you feel ready, sink the weight through the right leg, keeping the hips straight, the body upright. Bring the left leg up to an empty step. Draw the toe out, about hip to shoulder width. Set the toe down, set the heel down, stretch up through the right leg, and sink down to center. Relax. Feel the spine elongate, extend. The body settle into place. Breathe. Feel the expansion of the breath throughout the body. Once you're ready, inhale. Palms float up. Roll over the top. Exhale, press down. The shoulders and elbows relaxed, dropped. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, press down. Feel the weight sink into the earth. Keep the body anchored. Hands float up on the breath. The body is anchored into the ground. Now, bring the palms to the sides. Draw the elbows back. Make the hands, palms into fists, loose fists. Relax. Circle up. Bring the fists together right in front of the eyes. Open into palms and spread. Sink down to the waist level. Draw back into the hip. Fists circle over. Keeping the shoulders dropped, the elbows relaxed. Keep the arms relaxed and loose. No tension. Open, spread apart. Circle back down. Draw back to the waist, to the hips. Fists circle over. Spread apart. Keep the weight anchored, keep the body anchored, relaxed, sinking into the ground. Maintain a deep breath into the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Find a nice rhythm that works for you. Fall into it. Relax. Sink. Just feel a good stretch through the arms, through the back. One more time. Spread apart now. Bring the hands to the hips. We're going to sink into the right, settling and dropping the weight into the right. We're going to bring up onto the left toe. We're going to open out the left hua. We're going to step out on the heel. Now we're going to shift the weight, drop the weight forward onto the left. Reach out. Shift back onto the right. Same motion with the arms. But now we're going to the left angle, about 45 degrees. We're shifting the weight, sitting forward, and sitting back. Now, while we're doing this with the shifting of the weight, we want to make sure that we're sinking into the left hua, opening the right, stretching through the left, sinking back into the right hua, setting down. So it should be a very smooth transition. We don't want to be leaning over. We keep the back straight. We're also not shifting totally parallel to the floor, rising and settling, extending and then contracting back, rising, settling. Make sure that you're engaging the waist, the rotation. You're not moving the hips too much, not shifting the hips around. We're settling in, opening up and settling back. Open up, settle forward, open up, settle backward. Also, pay mind to the rear leg, that it's staying expanded. There's a good pang energy there, the expansion, that we're not allowing it to collapse in or straighten out. Keep that nice flexion in the knee, keep the expansion between the legs so that you have a good solid foundation. We want to keep the elbows in harmony with the knees. So the left elbow over the left knee. We don't want to be rotated so much that we've broken that alignment and that we're off over this way. Keep that good alignment there, elbow to knee, right elbow to right knee. Again, the hips stable, rotating from the waist as we come back to draw in, to strike out. As we settle down to the right leg, sitting back, make sure the knee is tracking over the toes, in line with the toes, but make sure that you're not allowing the knee to cross over the front of the toes, as this can be dangerous if you have knee troubles. Make sure that you're keeping the knee straight in line with the toes, but the weight is centered straight over the foot. So you're not allowing the weight to shift over and past where the toes are. can be a tricky one, as we haven't practiced too much of this type of weight shifting yet. We've done a lot of side-to-side shifting, but here we're sort of at this awkward stance where we're at this diagonal angle. We've got an especially wide stance here. We've got, rather than being both legs straight, both toes going forward, we've got one going out to the right and one going out to the left. So we have to sort of navigate moving within these two corners instead of the straight forward or side to side like we have been doing. So be patient with this as you practice with it. It can take some time for this to start to feel comfortable. It's normal for it to feel awkward at first. Just maintain in your mind that we want to keep the hips solid, relaxed. We want to keep our movement, our rotation from the waist. We're basically just extending and falling, rising and falling, stretching through and relaxing into the hip joints here, the gua area. Make sure you're keeping the spine straight, especially when you sit back. You're going to want to lean over. You want to make sure that you avoid that. Stay up straight, just like you're settling back and reaching forward, but not allowing yourself to hunch over. Settle back, load the right leg, then just relax and extend through it, which will naturally push you up over and into the left side. Settle into it, relax, and extend out of it. Again, being mindful not to overturn the hips. If you turn the hips, you're going to end up spiraling that right knee inward, collapsing that leg. The hips don't turn, just very slightly. It's the waist that's turning. What can help you with the hips to make sure you don't turn the hips too much is being mindful of this knee. Make sure that it stays expanded and flexed. Don't let it straighten too much, and don't let it collapse in. If it collapses in or straightens, you're probably moving the hips too much. All right, try the other side a couple of times. You'll want to take this and practice equally on both sides, of course. Just for balance here. Bring in, shift to the left, open up the right, step out, and then sink your weight into the right. Bring the fists up. Settle back onto the left. Excellent strength exercise for the legs. Excellent exercise for building up this ability to shift the weight at these somewhat awkward angles, which is very important. In all of our movements in Taiji, we want to be making sure that we're always in full control of our position, our weight, so that we can seamlessly shift wherever we need to be at any given time, and so that we can always effectively receive and transmit force from any position. This development of balance and weight control is one of the key foundational principles of Taiji. All right, back to center. Here again, we have one of the more strenuous exercises that we've been working on. Make sure that you take your time, take it slowly, and your skills will develop the more you practice. So enjoy this one, and we'll see you again next time with another lesson.